pH. What is pH? The first part of the topic was looking at what is pH, and we discovered it is a scale measurement of how acidic or basic a substance is. This scale measures the amount of hydrogen ions in a solution. Strong acids releasing a large number of hydrogen ions, and strong bases releasing a large number of hydroxide ions. This chart shows the level of pH in some everyday products to give us an idea of where other everyday products might sit. Next we looked at this table, which shows two forms of measuring pH levels of some everyday substances using universal indicator. Next we looked at another form of measuring pH levels using a data logger and probe. This test compared the accuracy of the universal indicator colour scale to the data logger results. The data logger results proved more accurate, as seen in our table. So far we had looked at a few different forms of measuring pH levels, and these were a few of the scales we were able to keep referring back to gain an idea of how acidic or basic substances were compared to things we may eat or see regularly. Our next investigation were the reactions to blue and red litmus paper when added to an acid, base or neutral substance. These results clearly prove the difference between an acid and a base, but there was no in-between if we were to test other substances that were of a weak acid or a weak base. So, our next experiment involved various substances which we photographed and graphed. These results show the different effects different acids and bases have on 4 different indicators and helped us to understand the different colour changes and stages of various indicators. This table showed the different stages various indicators go to before they change colour, reacting to different levels of pH. From these we were able to determine more accurate approximations as to the results of our tests, whether substances were weak or strong acids or bases. Finally, we made our own indicators out of natural substances and tested their pH levels against various indicators. Their results are shown in this table and photograph. This table I collected from the school interactivities about acids and bases and their various distinctive properties. Through this table, I was able to identify some everyday products and match them to these properties to discover if they were an acid or base, such as lemon juice tasting sour, showing it could be an acid. Finally, this is an image I captured as we cleaned up from testing various indicators against various acids and bases, and the reactions that occurred when they all mixed together in the sink. This topic I have learned many things about pH and the different ways to measure and determine the amount of hydrogen ions that are released in acids or bases due to their chemical reactions with indicators.